Now, can you see? Okay, I have Skype. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, hi everyone, can you hear me? Please, can you confirm if you can hear me? Perfect. Management software with an advanced algorithms. Basically, with the smart data, is that is giving us fertilization plans for our crops in every part of the world. The customers who are using smart fertilizer, they already are increasing the yields, they are reducing production costs, they are optimizing the quality of the harvest. So these are the main goals of smart fertilizer. How does this work? It's very simple. The first need that you need to do is create your field. So once you get one of our license, you will have your own credentials, your user and password, that you can work with our software from your computer, your tablet, or your cell phone. The only thing that you need is internet. So after you log into the software, you need to create your field. After you need to choose your crop, you will need to introduce your field test if you have it. If you don't have, no problem, the software can work without. And you will get your fertilization report. Smart makes it different. So as you can see here, this is a testimony where we have a potato crop, and with a Smart, we increase our production in 27%, and we reduce the fertilizers in 40%. So without the Smart and with the Smart, and you can see here in this picture, the crop is damaged in this area where they didn't use Smart, and the other is where we use. So Smart Fertilizer has been already working with customers around the world for 6 years. We have in our database 250 crops. We are working actually in 51 countries, but our software can work part of the world, worldwide. So you don't have a problem. You can be in whatever country that the software is going to work. As I told you before, the only thing that you need is the internet. So now I want to explain to you how the software works. So as I told you before, once we get the license, we just go to our website. Sorry, the internet is a little slow. So you go to our website, and here in the end of the website, we will find the license that we have. I will be talking about it in a bit. For now, as I told you, after you get your license, you will have your credentials and you will log into the software. Here, we will use our credential, username and password. We will accept the license terms and we will log in. So the first thing that you will find in the software is the form map, but I want to show you a little bit everything that you will find here. So I need the form map where you are going to create your field. We will see it later. After, you will find field test where you can add your soil, water, or tissues analysis. You also will find programs where we actually are going to start working in creating our fertilization plan right here. You will find my reports. After you do your fertilization plans, you will find the list with your reports right here. Also, you will find crops. Here we have the list of all the more than 200 crops that Smart Fertilizer has. And also you can add your own crop. I will show you how to do it later. And here we have fertilizer. You will find a list with the fertilizers that Smart has in the database, solid, liquid, or acid, and also you can add your own fertilizer. I will show you that too. You will find the labs. This is a list of labs, and you will find support. That this is in case that you have any problem or you have some question, you can add a ticket. So you can send us a message and we will be answering you, and we will be giving you solution or support. And you will find my account, that here you will find all the information, general information about your account, if you want to upgrade it, if you want to change your passport, if you want to change the language. So this is kind of tour so you can see what you are going to find in the software. So now we are going to start to do our fertilization plan. So as I told you before, the first thing that we need to do is create our field. So for that, we can enter our location right here, or we can just use this and try to find our farm or our field, we have these two tools here that we can use to create our field. So let's say we're going to plant here. So once we do this, we need to give a name for this field. I will call it like this. Now we need to select the farm, field type. In this case, I'm going to plant and it's going to be soil grown. And the software already calculate our field size. So we are going to save that information. And once we save it, if we click on it, we will have all the information here about the farm, about the field size, everything that we need. So we already have our lot 1. Now we can go to add our test. Here we can add soil, water, or tissues analysis. So we just click on add test and we choose the type of test that we want to add. So this is what you are going to find. Here we have the test details. So we have the organic matter, pH, everything that we have in our report we are going to put here. Here we have each element and the units that you can change it, as you can see here. Also extraction method, you can change it. And here you need to put the numbers, and the interpretation is going to be here right at the moment. And in the end, we will have the interpretation chart with each element. This is going to be for our soil test. So if we want to add water analysis, this is what we are going to see. The test details, each element. Here we can change also the units. And the same for our tissues analysis. So we just need to put all the information here. In this case, I already have one. So once you put all the information, it's going to look like this, the interpretation. And in the end, you will have for each element the interpretation chart. So you can do this right now in this step, or also when we start with our programs, you can also add your analysis. So right now we are going to start and we are going to add a program. We will choose program type, soil-based or hydroponic. In this case, I will choose soil-based. And here we need to put all the general information. So program name, I will call it this one. We will select our farm. We will select the field that we already created before. It was lot 1. Now planting date, we will say we will plant the next month. In this information, tillage, if you have the information about it, you can put it. If you don't have any problem, you don't need to put it. You just can leave it like that. Now the software is going to ask if we have our soil, tissues, or water test. If we have all of them, that is great. We select all of them. If we don't have, there is no problem. The software is going to work without. So in this case, I will add my soil test. Now this software is going to ask if we are going to work with fertigation or not, if we need base dressing or if we need a blend. So those are up to your needs. Now we will go with crop selection. So we select our crop, the type, growing method, and here we have the yield goal. So we will select them and we are going to save all this information. I want to make a break here to show you about the crops. As I told you before, here we have these crops. So in case that you have your own nutritional request for a crop that you are used to work with, or you just want to change the nutritional request that we have, let's say for this crop, you can do it. So you go to crops and you can use this crop as a base. So when you click it on it, you will go to the end of the crops and they will be here. So now we click on edit, and here we can use this crop as a base, but we can change the yield goal. We can change if we want. Also we can edit the nutritional requirements. This is saying if you want to create your own crop. So it's important to let you know that. So after this, when you save your crop, you will go to your crops and you can find this crop in your list if you want to work with it. I just want to let you know that you can do that. So after we have all the general information about our program, we will go to the next step, that is add our test. So in the case that you didn't do it before, you can just go here and add them. If you already did it, you should have a list right here with your test: soil, water, and tissues if you do. So we just select our test, and after that we will go to next. So this information is based on our previous steps and field hectares. So what the software is doing here is giving us the nutritional requirements by a stage and for every element. As you can see here, we have the stage. So now we just go to next one, and here we need to select the fertilizer. So I want to stop here also because, as I told you before, you can add your own crop. You also can add your own fertilizer. So if you work with some specific fertilizer in your own country and you are used to work with that fertilizer and you want to work with it, so what you can do is just come here and add your fertilizer, put all the general information, the name, the state. Here we have the nutrient that you can put it. You just need all the information about your fertilizer, microelements if it has, and after you will save it. So this is important that you know that, because sometimes we are used to work with some kind of fertilizer, or it's easier to find it in our own country. So it's good because you can just add it, and after that your fertilizer should appear in the list right here. So you can work with this or with your own, or you can mix. So right now we are going to select the fertilizer for our fertilization plan. So we are going to select them and we are going to save them. Once we do that, here we can see the recommendation by stage, by day, or weekly. As you can see, the recommendations change. I'm going to leave it by stage. Now here we have the current application versus requirements. So by stage. So we can see that the actual requirement in the current application for nitrogen is 100% for every stage. But we can see that the software is showing us that we are missing one element. So what we need to do, we need to go back and select one more fertilizer. We need to go and check it again. And now we are 100% for every element and for every stage. So after this, we just will go to next one. And here we will get our fertigation recipe. We select here the stage and we get it. So the tank distribution that is showing us, the software does that depending of the solubility and compatibility of the fertilizer. So if you have a tank that is smaller, you can just change it. You can change the number of application also. It's up to you. Now we are going to save that. And we will go to the next one. So here we are going to finish our report. So when we finish it, we will have it in PDF. And this is what the report that the software is going to give us. What we are going to find here is all information about our farm, our field. Also, we will find the interpretation of our analysis. If we have soil, water, or tissues, we will find the interpretation here. Here we will have the values by stage, and also the software is telling us the duration in days by stage in the data. For every stage, and we will have also the fertilizer schedule. So we have the amount of fertilizer that we need. He is telling us that we are 100% for each element. This is going to be for every stage. And here we will have the fertigation. So divided by times and the amount of fertilizer that we need for every stage. So once we do that, we can go to my reports and you will find your report right here. Right there. You can keep it them or delete them. And after that, our account and we log out. So now I want to show you our license. So we have 5 licenses. As you can see, we have Super Impact, Impact, Exact, Premium, and Elite. The difference between them are that one of them have more fertilization plants than the other ones. We have the Super Impact that you can use it if you don't have any soil or water or tissues analysis. We have our Impact that is for unlimited crops and for one user, and you can use it only one time because it's for one fertilization. We also have our Exact, that this is for those customers who need more fertilization plants. We have 50, we have unlimited crops, and is for one user. We have our Premium, that is for 240 fertilization plants, unlimited crops, and the Elite, that is for unlimited crops and unlimited fertilization plants, and is for 5 users. So for today, we will have a 30% off for all of those person who wants to get the license today. So these are the prices, and we will have 30% off. So here you have the emails. If you want more information or if you need a call, just let me your cell phone number, let us your emails, and we will be answering you. So now if you have any questions, just let me know.